Today I'd like to talk to you about, ultimately, if you want to change things in your life, you need to change things in your life. Now it sounds obviously very, very true, but it's something we don't really think about when it comes to making changes. We usually expect other things to change or other people to change. But if you truly want to transform your health, your relationships, your career, your finances, your emotional well-being, it all has to come from you. You have to assume responsibility. Now, I know that maybe you've gone through things in your past, and those past experiences have led you to this point right now. But in order to change our future, we must look at what our present actions are. So our past actions brought us to this point, but our present actions will actually take us to where we're going in the future. So this moment, right here and right now, is so important if you're going to make changes. In your life, you must be the instigator. You must assume 100% responsibility in guiding your thoughts, your feelings, and your actions to where it needs to go. Now, it's not always easy, but once you start, the momentum begins to build up. With each new day that you enter, with each new empowering thought that you have, feeling that you have, and each action, it will start to build that energy into a direction that actually grows more of it. You see, think of yourself as energy for a moment, and everything else in the world and reality is simply energy. You've got to ask yourself, what are you tuning into? What is your energy tuning into? Is it tuning into the things that you don't want? Are you having your thoughts reflecting the scarcity, the doubt, the fear? Because if you are, that is the signal you're pointing to, and that is ultimately what you're going to get. And you could say about the law of attraction, that's how it works, but we can even do it on the brain level. So wherever your attention goes, the energy flows to it. Your brain, the reticular activating part of it, begins to seek out more of the same. That's exactly why if you decide to buy a brand new car, the make or model, you begin to see it everywhere. Your brain is hooked up to your desires and your thoughts and your feelings. So you may be desiring, say, more money, but if the energy of that desire reflects scarcity, you're only going to get more scarcity. If you're focusing, despite wanting to change in your life, but you're focusing on your present situation, which is not very good, or your past, all the things that you don't want, your brain is going to start to attract that. Think about it as a radio. What are you dialing into? Are you tuning into abundance, perfect health, great relationships? Or are you tuning into the things that you don't want or the things that you've always got in the past? So it's really down to us, but if you want to change things in your life, you must instigate it. Now, to me, it comes with our thoughts, our feelings, our beliefs, as well as our behaviors. But usually we're trying to change our environment. That's usually the first point to call. We kind of think, well, something's not right in my life, so I must just change my environment. But really, above our environment are the behaviors that we do in that environment. And then above that, we have our capabilities, which dictate our behavior and how we act and react in our environment. And above that, we have our belief systems and our values in life. And those beliefs and values will start to dictate our capabilities, if we can or we cannot, as well as going into our behaviors and then into our environment. So many people are trying to really change the lowest level of just our environment. But if we're truly wanting to change, we must really go for the higher levels, the beliefs that we have about ourselves, the thoughts, the feelings, because that will go into each subsequent level all the way down into your environment. And therefore, you become the change that you want to see. You become the instigator. You take responsibility and you start to guide your thoughts, your feelings, your behaviors to what is of most value to you. Now think about that. What is of value to you? What is your priority? What are the things that you really want in your life? And then as you think about those, do your thoughts, feelings, and behaviors reflect that? Now, if they do not reflect it, it means you're not truly in sync with what you really want. You may be desiring it, but everything beneath the surface is not actually matching it. So take time out with yourself and get clear on your desires, and then consider, having achieved that, or what kind of person would achieve that, and what kind of mindsets, feelings, and beliefs and behaviors would they have. Consider other people's examples of having achieved what you want in your life, whether it be things like the materialistic things, whether it be things like travel, or whether it be a type of person that you want to be. Consider the type of mentality, the type of feelings and behaviors that that person would have, and then start to make that become your mantra, your way of being in the world. For when you do, your brain will start to look for similar things to that. We're tuning into the new radio station. We're creating energy that is alike to our desires. Because as I said, you may be wanting something, but if your thoughts and your behaviors and your feelings do not match it, you're not going to get there. So that's why I really say that if we want to change things in our life, we must change things in our life, and that is ourself. We must go on the inside world of us and start making changes. Now, on the other hand, there may be things you do want to change in your life which aren't working. Now, these could be maybe our friends, the people we're connected to. Because think about it, do those people lift us up or do they bring us down? Do we buy into people's drama very easily and get caught up in that stress? Do they make us feel good? Do they lift us up? Do they empower us? Now, I'm not saying that you should just disregard those friends, but I want you to be conscious of who is having an effect on your life. And are there ways that you can actually start to make changes? So maybe limiting the amount of time or setting clear boundaries of not wanting to hear certain things. You've got to be just very clear and be clear to yourself and to those in your life who actually lift you up and also bring you down. Now, if it's my way, I surround myself with empowered people. I just choose to. But on the other hand, every day I'm interacting people with issues, and I have clients, I have emails, all these things which are happening where people have issues. So I'm not saying we should just disregard that, but we must be conscious of those who we surround ourselves and instead be the change you want to see in them. Because if you are the change that you want them to be like, they at least have a model of success. They have an example which gives them permission to do the same. So really, all I'm saying is that we must go on the inside and consider, do our thoughts, our feelings and behaviors truly match our desires? Are they reflecting scarcity? Are they reflecting fear? Or are they reflecting abundance and knowingness? And what I really want to get to is where you have this definiteness, that you're very definite that this is what you want and there's where you're heading. You're definite in your beliefs, your feelings and your behaviors, because that momentum will compel you and your brain, your biology, to work for you. You're really assuming responsibility to make that change, refusing to buy into reasons and excuses. When you do that, I truly believe that you will change. I know that not only because I've been there, but I used to blush all the time, used to be self-conscious, never used to believe I was good enough or worthy, all those things. But the day I decided to be conscious and take responsibility and understand what's actually happening in my inner world and noticing what I'm truly tuning into, I began to change that. And in time, it didn't happen overnight, but in time, it starts to happen on your behalf. The world will conspire in your favor, but you must conspire in your favor too. So I hope you enjoyed that, and I am going to be doing lots more of these. I've been incredibly busy, but I think you're going to really like the new videos I've got coming up. So have the most wonderful day, and I look forward to speaking to you soon. Many thanks and goodbye.